Hello everyone, this is Elder Scrolls Legends, and we're first time here, so we're not back from anywhere, because that's my usual line when I get into a game. Wow, I don't even know where to begin. I mean, I guess let's begin with the start. I have no idea how this game just passed under my radar. First of all, it is an Elder Scroll. It is made by the company that made all the Elder Scrolls, basically. Well, most of them. It is a card building game, and a card game at its core. There's a lot of cards over here, and you can collect them. You can build your own deck. You can use already built decks with their own strategies. There's a lot of effects that goes into the game. Now, I must say I haven't really played that many card games, and up to this point at least. But for those that I actually played, this game actually brings a few new interesting strategies to it, in the sense of how I guess the battlefield is sort of separated, and what different aspects the battlefield actually has. And I'm gonna call it a battlefield because that's pretty much what it is. You're gonna spawn creatures, you're gonna do different things, you're gonna give them items and so on and so forth that are gonna give them either abilities or either, okay, I guess different abilities, or not, just going to empower them some more. And you're gonna crash into, not crash, you're gonna destroy your opponent's abilities and try to kill him and, well, be successful and win. Because otherwise he's gonna kill you. The basics. I must say, oh, by the way, another very important part of this game is that it's for free. Yeah, you can get it for free in multiple ways. Actually, you can go directly to the company and get it from its website, from their own launcher. It didn't really quite work that way for me, but it is a possibility, basically. Or you can get it in many other ways. Just find it, I guess, type for it, find it, and it's going to be pretty easy to take anyways. It does need a connection to the internet because you will most likely going to fight other opponents. This will be this play thing. By the way, everything has tooltips, so in case you don't quite understand what it is, just hover with the mouse for a small amount of time, about 2 seconds or so, and a tooltip will appear to pretty much explain everything you need to know about that set, whatever it is in the game. Even cards are pretty much like this. You can see destroy cards and so on and so forth, who destroyed it. So it really has, it's a very already polished game. It's not been up for that much. It's about, it was launched for about a month or so. I don't know how much it spent in beta or alpha or whatever. I just did not know about it. I found it by pure chance, and my god, I was hyped when I said it. I didn't even know what it is, but when it's Elder Scrolls, I kind of want to see what it's all about. Okay, I'm talking a lot and not doing so much. So this is called story, as you can see, and that's what it is. It actually has story behind it. Now, I can say I have found that too many games that have this, at least not to the extent of this quality. Maybe I'm too hyped about the game. I don't know. I'm praising it too much. You're gonna see it for yourself. We will go in story mode. By the way, I am level 11, and yeah, you have levels. You don't just get cards and that's it. You basically gather some experience. Doesn't tell you how much. You gather it if you don't win, you gather it if you win, and you gather more if you win, of course. There's a lot of things that the game will give you. It's gonna give you, at least in story mode, because I pretty much finished all the story that is available right now without putting any real money into the game, and that is kind of a thing. You will have freedom, and a lot of things are going to be free, but if you want it right now in this moment, and I wanted that one because that's the shiniest thing that there is in this game, it may actually cost you. There's a possibility you're going to get it for free, by the way. There is that chance. I actually had, like, from the first few stories of the first few battles from the story, I actually had a very powerful card which was legendary. I've never used it, but because it's like very hard to summon and like that, but nevertheless it was legendary. You can create cards as well, and I guess I'm not gonna go into that right now. I really wanna go into the play mode, and, well, not play, the story mode and so on and so forth. So you have a solo arena, you have a versus arena, you have the gauntlet, which is basically a few events, and you go in and you fight as much as you can, get the best rank ever, and you get a lot of stuff from that itself, including legendary stuff if you're that good. You can build your own deck. Actually, that's not the building deck. This is your profile, but doesn't matter. Yeah, you're gonna wanna see that. It took me a while to figure out how you get out of stuff without going to the shop, and they kind of gives you like a big button which you can press, but it's gonna get you to the shop where you spend money. But there's a tiny arrow over here in the corner. If you click it, you just go back. Now this will be the cards. This is my current deck, which I kind of created. It's this one. You have a lot of already, I guess, pre-built decks which you're gonna get from the story. If you play the story, even in the beginning of the story, I think you can actually build a deck of your own directly, but I wouldn't really suggest it. I would just say play with what they have for a while, at least until you actually get what what your possibilities are in the game. Now my normal deck, I guess I'm gonna go a bit in it. I have a lot of cards, I know. I need to trim them down somehow, but everything I have I kinda like. I guess only a few of them are not really that useful, and I'm mostly going with very low mana, because this is mana over here, gonna see in a sec. Compared to, I guess, more of the bigger ones. I don't have anything over 7 mana to cast. I kinda like it at that, to be honest. I don't know. My deck has a few strategies in it. That's basically the problem. That's why I have that many cards. To be honest, I would say I'm going with Drain more, for those that know what I'm talking about. Drain basically means you're going to attack, and the damage you're going to do is you're going to receive it as life. I'm babbling a lot and actually not showing you the game, but there's so much to tell. And I have a few things also that you can destroy different creatures if they're wounded. I can shackle, I can reduce their life. I have a lot of guards. Guards basically mean that your opponent can't attack you directly. They only can attack your creatures. You're gonna see what I'm talking in a sec. Okay, I'm gonna go in the story mode. I already finished the whole story except what you can buy right now. There's another story. There's a downfall of the Brotherhood, I think it's called. There we go. The fall of the Dark Brotherhood. I was close, I guess. But you need to buy it. Now you either have 1,000 gold. Let me actually see. There we go. You can oh, Fall Dark Brotherhood Act 1 or the triple bundle, but that's only with money, with currency. So you either have like 1,000 gold or you invest some I guess real money. And I want to get out of here, and I really don't know how. Oh, just click somewhere on the screen. Okay, whatever. Let me go into the game itself and basically give you... just show you directly how the game is played. Now, this is the last act, and there's a few battles. This is like another part of the act. I don't know how many of them are, to be honest. Oh, there we go. This is like the how you begin. This is basically your tutorial for the most part. But even so, not necessarily that challenging. I guess I never died around here. The only part I actually died was at the end with this guy, a couple of times actually. But even so, I managed to beat him eventually. It kind of depends what you draw from your own deck. You're gonna feel like sometimes the game doesn't give you all the cards in your deck. I think it's more about how they're shuffled. Okay, whatever. Let's just start and show you the... I guess the entire play mode. That's my plan, and then maybe, I don't know, go in a few other combats and test there. This episode will be spoilers in case you don't want to see the story, play it for yourself directly. So in that case, I think I can explain more than enough for you, and it's time to close the video. And I suppose also you're gonna want to see me probably when we're gonna finish with the story, so a few episodes from now. And when I talk about different, I don't know, things in the game, how you can access different cards, how you can create cards, because there's a process to it. It's not that simple, and so on and so forth. Well, let's begin. This is the clip right now, the movie.
The Elder Scrolls show us what was, and what yet will be. And they have revealed much to me.
Spare us your stories, old man, unless they can sharpen spears. Our war chief is dying. Our enemies are massing for another attack. We must prepare for battle.
We should go, Kellen. We have the scroll we came for. And this one smells blood in the wind.
Patience, Nog. I have words yet to speak here. Stories can do surprising things, Spear Maiden. whether they are true or not. And this is one you should hear. It comes from the Great War that nearly ended the Empire. It began when the High Elves slaughtered every Imperial blade, calling themselves the New Aldmeri Dominion. They and their allies swept through the land, even capturing the Imperial city itself. The Emperor fled north, leaving Cyrodiil to the invaders. This is the story of a forgotten hero who changed the very course of history.
Bring me a warrior with strength and courage. That Nord looks adequate. Bring the mortal forth, and for his opponent, that one.
And there we go, we actually play. So you kind of get the layout of the, I guess, period or the time. Just press play and it's gonna begin. This is the battlefield, by the way. It depends on the battle itself in the story, but otherwise, as we're going to play, we're gonna have two fields. This is just one field. This thing's in the corner.
I have a feeling they're going to kill us either way.
They kind of will. I mean, they're necromancers and the likes. And I think they're
Play
Dryada.
your creature.
Yeah. And also Dryada worshippers, I think. So this thing's actually says to us, so field lane. No special rules for this lane. So sometimes this icon will change and I'm gonna have like different things. Either they're going to hide your creatures and they cannot be attacked while they are actually summoned for one round. Some creatures can do that themselves, by the way. They can give heal, they can give, I don't know, different bonuses to different creatures and so on and so forth. Both guys can use them. And through the story, you're going to find that... this is what he summoned. You will find that...
Place the creature in the lane.
Well, how else? I should have went through the card and show you what's what with it, but you're gonna kind of get it.
Ready to die.
He's gonna attack me now. Oh, he's gonna attack me directly. Okay. So I guess we're gonna go over it as they come.
Attack
Okay.
one of their creatures with
Yeah.
your scuttler.
Okay, we're gonna attack one of my creatures with that, but I'm gonna summon another one of my creatures over here. So, in the top corner is actually the... You can see what you summon, by the way, just like this. Just hover over. That's the mana that you use. This is the mana that you have. The topmost mana that you can have is 12. We're probably not gonna get there because we only have like 7 life and he has 8. But nevertheless. So, if I'm going to attack a creature, its damage is going to apply to me as well as mine is going to happen simultaneously. If they don't have any type of protection, because you can have words. Words basically protect you from one-time damage, so 1 round of damage, whatever that may be. Sort of. There are different cards which can pass through words though, so keep in mind that. If I'm gonna attack the crab, for instance, I'm going to get 1 damage and I'm going to kill it because he has like only 1 life while I have 1 damage myself. If I'm gonna attack over here, I'm going to have my scuttler killed, but I will kill this well, creature, whatever, which has 3 attacks. So you can either go for any of them, but to be honest, if you're gonna go like strategically, you're gonna go for this one.
When creatures battle, each damages the other.
Here we go, it actually told us if I would have killed the crab, his remaining creature, the captive or whatever it was, this desperate captive or whatever, it would have been able to attack me directly, not necessarily the creature that I have in front. So your hero is always up for getting a kick, basically, to the head, as long as the strategy doesn't quite kill the opponent. So how should I express myself? For instance, the crab can attack me directly, doesn't have to attack my... I'm gonna skip the turn over here, not skip, give the turn to him.
When creatures fight, they deal damage equal to their power.
Yeah, I guess the game does as good of a description of the game, maybe even better than I could, so it doesn't really quite matter. So I'm gonna have to summon this one. I can't attack with him because it was only just summoned. They are creatures which have breakthrough, I think it's called, which basically, as you summon them, they can attack directly. So I will go for his crap right now. I will take 1 damage, but my damage remains the same. Next round, in case he's not gonna summon that much, which is probably not gonna happen because he's gonna summon a lot of things. There we go. I could go for him. I will have a total of 5 damage if I so desire.
Play heavy battle axe to improve one of your creatures.
So he's pretty much dead right now. Why? Because if I'm going to use this and I have 4 mana available, it summoning basically. This is not necessarily a summon, you just upgrade one of your creatures. It's going to give me a +4. I don't have, and I'm not obliged to attack its creature, although I can. So I can put this on either of the 2 creatures I already have summoned. I'm gonna call them creatures, but doesn't matter. This is how it goes. This is how you do it. It wouldn't really matter because either way I'm just gonna attack the hero and I'm going to kill it. I already have a 5 damage. Right now I have a 9 damage and he has like only an 8 life.
Reduce your opponent's health to 0 to win.
No kidding. As we're gonna progress through the game, you're gonna see that heroes have some runes and they're gonna have...
That axe. We work together, we might have a chance.
You're gonna see what they do, but I guess we're gonna wait until then. And victory! And that's the scene when you actually win.
Narafin.
Well, well, the Emperor himself. Come to... what? Duel me? You think you can stop me, is that it? Fool.
This ain't right. That was like the last chapter. So apparently if you want to go into the story and replay it, it will not, I don't know, like continuously give it from, continue it from where you actually left. So we've done this. Next fight would have been this one. Not this is like the final battle of them all. Let's go into the second one as well, because it will explain some more.
I'm Tyr, one of the
game.
Blades. 2 of us, a dozen of them. It's almost a fair fight.
It's kind of sad that you can't really replay it directly. I went into the game and apparently I can't really create another profile. I don't even know why, to be honest. I guess I would apologize for that. If there is a way, I just did not find it. And I really wanted to film like today, because I want to present this as fast as I can. And there we go, we have 2 fields. I go first.
Most games have 2 lanes. Creatures can only attack enemy creatures in the same lane.
There you go. A bit of strategy. So if I'm going to summon over here, oh, again, there's no effect to the lanes themselves. By the way, each lane can have its own effect, so keep that in mind.
Choose a lane for your scuttler.
There we go. I summon my scuttler. Now I'm going to move because I have no more cards. Usually you start with 3 cards and you pick before they... the game gives them into your hand. You can pick between them. You
when
can
you deploy
redraw.
Orc Clansman, he'll strengthen one of your creatures.
Why, great. Well, I will. And you can place it in the other lane entirely. And I can give it either to him, by the way, or to my scuttler, which is exactly what I'm going to do.
Now, attack the Acolyte of Boethia to take it out.
Which basically is this one, I think. And we do want to take him out because we don't want him to damage us later on. We can't attack with this one because it was just summoned. Aura, by the way,
will please the Queen of Shadows.
Oh, great. They're not going to attack as much if you don't play the story, by the way. Just so you know. So I don't have that many possibilities around, but what I can do is summon myself another scuttler, and I'm going to put it over here. It's not going to accomplish much, and if I'm going to attack with the orc on this one, it will just basically destroy themselves, but will give me an advantage overall, in the sense that I don't have to worry about any of my opponent's creatures, because there aren't any, and I can already attack with my scuttler for 2 points of damage my opponent. So we're kind of a bit ahead. We also have 2 creatures summoned. That doesn't mean much in this game, by the way.
They will bow to the Prince of Plots.
For instance, this is gonna kill my scuttler, but I have this
Summon
thing.
Valenwood Huntsman to take out your opponent's creature.
So this is actually a card which is very helpful in the following sense. It says summon, and that means when you summon it, when you cast it, you're gonna deal 1 damage to whoever you want. It doesn't say to whoever I want, but that's what it's gonna do. So I'm gonna destroy that creature, so I don't care about it anymore. I'm just gonna attack for 3 damage with my 2 scuttlers. Wow, to be killed by a scuttler, that would be something. It's actually a more upgraded card, but doesn't matter overall.
I'll grind their bones.
There we go, the same thing, it did damage at summon. Just so you know...
Actions provide one-shot abilities.
Yes, and there's also some cards which are ongoing, and there's like a small square around here which can be placed, and you can have multiple of them. And they will do something ongoing, like give you boosts, or change cards, or let you draw cards, and so on and so forth. By the way, we played the first combat, but the game, because it was already done, did not show you what you can do between the fights, and that's actually kind of neat, because you should do that on your own. You're gonna get different bonuses, money, cards, upgrades. For instance, one of the first things they're gonna let you do is upgrade this card. Basically, you have another archer which we played in the first combat. If you upgrade the card, it transforms into this one. Sometimes when you upgrade cards, it also raises the amount of mana necessary for casting, for casting something like summoning, I guess, and so on and so forth. So keep that in mind. Now we have a few possibilities. We could do damage to him, and that would pretty much just end the game, because I'm not required to attack this one. It is not a guard. Only guard cards or creatures are required to attack and destroy them first, and then go for other creatures or the hero from that said lane. So keep that in mind, it's important. If I'm gonna do 3 damage, he's gonna be left with 4, and the Scott is gonna do 2, this one 3. He's gonna have like -1, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. I have enough mana to cast this, and I'm gonna have some more actually, which I'm not gonna need, but doesn't matter. It's a 2, and my archer is going to finish the job.
Never escape.
It does not matter with which creature you actually kill the hero, by the way. The card, if it kills anything, doesn't going to upgrade because of that. You're gonna get a chance to upgrade overall. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna bring me back to the chapter 20, which I really don't care. Apparently we're gonna have a lot of that, which is maybe I'm gonna try to, I don't know, edit that out. I don't know, we'll see. Probably not in this first video, because I kind of talked over it. It's gonna be like weird. Yeah, replay. I'm gonna have to do this every time. Wow. So let's see. We were not there, but we were here, and we were all the way over here, actually. We have enough time to actually play this as well, I think.
These mortals must not be allowed to reveal Lord Narathan's plans. Destroy them.
So we're gonna actually fight. I think this is like a necromancer or such. One of the hardest decks I actually fought, and I also don't have, or have access to, would be the undeads. The undeads are quite nasty. There we go, we have 20 life right now. Already 3 cards in hand.
Use Magicka to play your cards.
I think they should have put that thing basically like right at the beginning, because that's what we were doing for a while now. So actually, can you... I'm first one to go, apparently I am. You're gonna see, as we're gonna progress through the story, the first one to go basically is the first one to go, but the second one to go has a small bonus of mana. In a sense, it kind of has an item which you can use 3 times to get 1 point of mana. Kind of neat too, but nevertheless. So we can't really do anything except summon this one, and it says when fire ramp attacks, deal 2 damage to your opponent. So it's not gonna do anything this turn, but when we're actually going to attack, if he survives until then, that is, he will do 2 points of damage automatically, besides the one that he already does. There we go. We actually summon a scamp. Not my I don't know.
Your Magicka increases by 1 each turn.
Again, they probably should have said that as in the first battle more than the others, I guess. Now, I'm gonna accept the 1 damage that this scam can actually do to my hero, but I'm gonna do a 3 to him, 1 from its normal attack of the imp, and 2 from his ability, which only goes once, as I recall. There we go, fireball and the normal attack, and that is it. That's all we can do this turn. He destroyed my imp, but it got damage, which we don't really care necessarily, but It's good to know that it's damaged. Unfortunately, I can't really use my deck that I've built in this story mode. You need to use the deck that the story actually provides you. So I have a few choices. Not necessarily all good. I guess I'm gonna go like this, just so I can prepare and destroy that creature next turn. I'll have no more mana. I could destroy this one right now and just not care for it. But I could actually really accept the 1 damage and just go and do another 3 damage to him. Which seems more logical if you ask me. You will get damage in this game. It's kind of hard not to get damage. There are decks that's gonna help you double, triple, quadruple, I guess, your life. But otherwise, you're gonna get some damage sooner or later. So we have a few possibilities now. I could actually summon this with not that much of a great effect. I could summon another one of these guys, but I would prefer this one just to do damage to him. So I'm just gonna summon him in this lane if that's actually gonna happen. I could increase this one's life as well. So I think that's exactly what we're gonna do. It's not gonna do much though overall, I guess, but it should work out. So I'm gonna summon this for the 6 damage. And that's it for this turn. I'm just going to attack one of his creatures. None of them have any... Oh, this one has a build summon. Give a creature 1/1. So it kind of already augmented this one. It's not going to matter anymore. But I guess I'm going to attack it anyways. Doesn't matter which of them you actually attack. As long as you do, basically. Each time you get a card each turn, by the way. Go to destroy each other. He wants to not necessarily interfere, but counter my own card. If I would have had like 1 more point of mana, I could have played maybe this, destroy that, and this as well. Actually, we can play them both, and it's just going to make this guy way much stronger. That's actually not a bad idea overall. Okay, let's actually do it already. We can summon this in whatever lane we want. Some of them are going to say on the card that it will do something on the lane it is summoned. So I guess keep that in mind. Now I could attack him directly or destroy this creature. I have enough mana to do both. Not both, one of them. So I'm gonna like the 6 damage on him, and I'm just going to destroy his creature. Yeah, by the way, you can talk with the opponent in case you want to. There we go, and that's gonna be 6 damage. There we go, not in his city. And I still have 1 point of mana, but I can't use that anything, so I'm just gonna end my turn. I'm gonna lose basically that set point of mana. It's not going to transfer next turn. It doesn't matter how much mana you don't use. If you don't use it, you don't use it. There we go, even more creatures which we can use. Not that we actually need it that much, because if I'm gonna summon this one, and I actually have, I could go for him directly. And that's going to be a 7 life left. It's 1+6, that's another 7.
Halt in the name of the Jarl.
So he's going to be at the 0 and we're going to be done.
Not in my city.
There we go.
Tell me where it hurts.
You are stronger than I thought, mortal. But you will not be able to prevent the culling.
By the way,
Blood will flow, and my master will let loose darkness on the world.
so he was killed by a medic, by the way. There we go, victory. And we're gonna call it a day. Yeah, I don't want to see this clip again. Come on, move away from him. Kind of really annoying actually, but oh well. So we're gonna call it a day because the episode's already too long. I talked too much in the beginning, I guess. So with that being said, if you enjoyed the clip, give it a big like. If you want to see more, subscribe, and I'm gonna see you guys and gals around for more of the story. I don't know if we should actually pass through all of it. To be honest, I kind of want to make just the initial first chapter. It's gonna give you the basic of the game, the idea of it at least, and the rest I don't know, I don't want to really show you like, oh, you should just play and see the story by itself. And I'm gonna try to earn all the money I can so I can actually buy myself the first chapter from the Downfall of the Brotherhood, or whatever it was called, so the new story, because I finished all the story. And even if you don't want to play the story, you have like so many things to actually do. you basically don't even care about the story itself. You can make your own story if you wish, but I kind of want to see where the story itself kind of goes, you know. I guess with that being said, if you enjoyed the clip, give it a big like. If you want to see more, subscribe, and I'm going to see you guys and gals around next time.